A very good morning, my dear students. I hope you all are doing great. And this is what the last class of the system of particles chapter. Let's begin the session. System of particles and rotatory motion is the current chapter what we are discussing. And this is the last lecture, my dear students. Last lecture. And this last lecture is based on rolling motion. So what we are going to learn is rolling motion. All right. So by looking at the name rolling motion, you should understand two things. It's a combination of two. And translatory motion and rotatory motion. From the beginning of the class, beginning of the chapter, we are keep on discussing about both translatory motion and rotatory motion. And for your better understanding, let me give you a brief idea about translatory and rotatory once again. Okay. And let me write here about a translatory. So imagine this is the ground. So there is a body. It's moving in translatory motion in this direction. So this is the body is having system of particles, my dear students. And here one particle, here one particle, here one particle, here one particle, here one particle. And imagine this is the particle called the particle at the center of mass. So the particle at the center of mass is moving with the velocity vcm. And each and every particle present in this body will also move with the same velocity. And the total body, we consider that it's moving with the vcm velocity. Right? I hope you got the point. Translatory motion, each and every particle present in the body must move with the same velocity. That's called translatory motion. Whereas the rotatory motion, whereas the rotatory motion means, so imagine, so this is the circular path taken by a body. So this is what the center. A body of mass m is rotating about this point in this circular path, about the center in this circular path. So at this point, so the radius of the circular path, let's suppose it's r. At this point, velocity is r omega, linear velocity. And at this point, the linear velocity is r omega. And at this point, the linear velocity is r omega. And at this point, linear velocity is r omega, my students. All right. Here, at each and every point, velocity is keep on changing because the direction is changing. Because the direction is changing. That's it. So now the translatory motion plus rotatory motion, these two things together, we call this is a rolling motion, right? So this is what the brief idea about translatory and rotatory. So this translatory and rotatory, we are going to add them so you can study the rolling motion now. Okay, let's begin. let's imagine this is what, let us imagine so this is the disk, my dear students. A disk is moving in a translatory motion. So this is what the translatory motion. So let us take, we are continuously discussing about a disk. No confusions. It's a disk. I'll share the notes with you and don't worry, listen to me carefully. So this is the disk. And this disk is moving a translatory motion. So this is what the first one is, a translatory motion. In this translatory motion, what is going to happen? The disk center of mass will be like this, and the disk is moving with a velocity of VCM. And each and every point, so let's take, this is the point A, and this is the point B, and this is point C, and this is point D. Each and every point also moves with the same velocity. Look at here, velocity of the center of mass. And this is also the same velocity of the center of mass. And this is also same velocity of the center of mass. I hope you understand. Translatory motion of a disk. Imagine a disk is sliding. Translatory motion is nothing but the sliding. Imagine the disk is sliding. Each and every particle of the disk will move with the same velocity. That's a translatory motion. That is a translatory motion. Okay. Now, rotatory motion. Yeah. This is the point A, and it's point B, and this is point C, and this is point D. So simple. So this is center of mass point. So the particle is rotating about this center of mass, and the velocity of the center of mass is 0. You know, velocity of the center of mass 0, because this is the point on the axis of rotation. When the point is on the axis of rotation, this velocity will be 0. Now, at this point, see the radius of the circular path, let's suppose it is r. So then at this point, velocity is r omega. Just now we discussed already. So this is at point C also, velocity of the particle is r omega. At point A also, velocity is r omega. At point D also, velocity is r omega. Okay. Now, so when we add these two, so this is translatory and this one is a rotatory motion. When you add these two, you get the rolling motion, my dear children. See this, this is the is equal to, this is translatory, rotatory is equal to rolling. So rolling is what? At each and every, see, rolling is the combination of translatory plus rotatory, I told you. So at each and every point, the translatory motion and rotatory motion will be added up. So that's the study of rolling motion. So let's take an example of A, point A. At point A, what is happening? So this plus this, E eradu add madidre. So at point A, velocity, it's a V because of the translatory motion. At point A, because of rotatory motion, the particle velocity is r omega. Understand? Now, at point B also, so because of the translatory motion, it's V. Because of translatory motion, it's V. And because of rotational motion, it's a r omega, V plus r omega in the same direction, right? So this is a V minus r omega, my dear students. Okay. So this one, a V minus r omega. So I can write it finally. So this is V minus r omega. I'm imagining that V is more than r omega. Agagi V minus r omega anta I can write. So okay. At point C, you carefully observe madidre. So this is V and this is r omega. So you will have the resultant. So resultant velocity is how much? Square root V square plus r omega whole square. Understand? And at point D also you get the similar one. At point D, this is C. At point D, this is velocity and this is r omega. So this also the resultant velocity V dash, which is equal to V square plus r square omega square. Ether. at each and every point nimge net velocity in rolling motion bekandre you must add vectorially, right? So vectorial addition ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು or vectorial subtraction ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So this is what a rolling motion. That's it, right? So these three things are very important, and we have just added the concept. Fine. So you carefully observe madri at point A. Listen, at point A, V minus R omega is 0 adre. If V minus R omega is 0, that means V is equal to R omega. You know, this is the concept called a pure rolling. For the NEET exam, if the question to be asked based on pure rolling, based on rolling motion, e concept melene question barutte. If the question to be asked based on rolling motion, it is mostly comes from the pure rolling. Nenpitkolli everybody, right? For the JEE exams, right? Solpa higher level exams, look at here. Same at point A, if I say V is greater than R omega, observe carefully. V is greater than R omega. Andre translatory motion is dominant. Translatory motion is dominant. Understand? At point A, if I say V is greater than R omega, translatory motion is dominant, and that is called forward slipping. What is this called? Forward slipping. Right? So when V is greater than R omega. So best example also I can give you. V is greater than R omega, my dear students. Listen. V andre eno translatory motion alli velocity of a body. Observe carefully. Imagine we are moving in a car. So suddenly you have seen a speed breaker 100 meters or 200 meters before that. So you have just applied the brakes. What happens? The car will slide. Understand? So car tire, if you focus, car tire will slide as well as rotate. In case alli, which will be more, translatory motion or rotatory motion? Answer me in the WhatsApp. Answer me in the WhatsApp. Everybody answer me in the WhatsApp. And the question is once again, so if you see a speed breaker 100 meters or 150 meters before that, when you are moving in a car, you have just applied the brakes. Here, car tires, if you focus, they move translatory motion and they also take rotatory motion. Which will be dominant here? So definitely sliding motion will be dominant here. Sliding motion andre no, translatory motion, right? Because when you apply the brakes, sliding will take more than the rotation. So again, so that's called forward slip. That's called what? Forward slipping. Forward slipping always translatory motion dominant, and it is always V is greater than R omega. And now the third case in andre same amount. At point A only we are focusing. Third case only at point A, when V is less than R omega, and you know the rest of the things, right? You know the rest of the things. V is less than R omega. So this is called the rotational motion is dominant here. The rotational motion is dominant, and when the rotational motion is dominant, and this is called a backward slipping. V is less than R omega, backward slipping. And you know, backward slipping, this also I can give you an example. Imagine it is a rainy day. You're moving in the same car. So your car tire got struck in the mud. Right? Now you're accelerating the car. What happens? The rolling motion, rotatory motion is more than the translatory motion. Understand? Once again, when we are moving in a car, right? So it was a rainy day. There is a lot of mud on the roads. When you are moving in that path, when your car tire got struck in the mud, you keep on accelerating. What happens? The tire will rotate. The tire will rotate. Understand? The tire will rotate more than the sliding. At the same time, a little amount of sliding also takes place. Andre, translatory motion is less and rotational motion is jasti anta meaning. Okay, so that's called a backward slipping. Rotational motion is dominant, right? Now let's move to the next concept, my dear children. Kinetic energy of a body, the rolling motion. Right? Simple. Horizontal surface. Or inclined surface, any surface. Kinetic energy of a body in the rolling motion. Let's talk about kinetic energy of a body in the rolling motion is equal to kinetic energy in the translatory motion plus kinetic energy in the rotational motion. Okay, one by one. So kinetic energy in the rolling motion is equal to translational motion kinetic energy is half into mvcm square. Understand? Because the total body we take, the velocity is nothing but the velocity of center of mass. That's a kinetic energy in translational motion plus kinetic energy in the rotational motion, half into, right, rotational motion, half into I into omega square. Did you remember this one? Same. Here the mass we represented as moment of inertia. Here the velocity we'll write it as omega. Step. Fine. So kinetic energy in case of rolling motion, it's a half m vcm square plus half into, carefully observe. So this I can write it as a moment of inertia. I can write it as m into k square, right? Radius of gyration. Why I'm writing in the radius of gyration? The which body is making rolling motion here, we don't know. For example, if it is a disk, you can write I is mr square by 2. If it is a ring, you can write I is mr square. If it is a solid sphere, you can write I is 2 by 5 mr square. If it is hollow sphere, 2 by 3 mr square. Right? If it is a hollow cylinder, it is mr square. If it is a solid cylinder, it is mr square by 2. Right? Like that. Which body anta nimge gottidre, you can write I value, but we don't know the which body it is. Hagagi, it is just mk square, my dear children. It is just mk square. All right. Now, I is mk square here, and omega. Omega, we know v is equal to r omega. Illinda omega andre enuma? V square by r square tane. V square by r square. Now, kinetic energy in the rolling motion is equal to half mv square if you take common 1 plus k square by r square anta ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. Very important expression, very important expression. Kinetic energy in the rolling motion. Kinetic energy in the rolling motion is half mv square into 1 plus k square by r square. So for your better understanding, k square by r square value is different for different bodies. K square by r square values is different for different bodies, and of course they're same for some bodies. Let's talk about them. So remember the expression half m v square into 1 plus k square by r square, and let's talk about the different for different bodies k square by r square values. Okay. Okay, let's see k square by r square values. Very important amount. K square by r square values mele indirectly the question can come. Okay, so in case of ring, let's talk about ring. So what is the moment of inertia of the under standard axis? Standard axis means there is a ring, so axis of rotation is passing through the center of mass perpendicular to the plane. That's the standard one. Okay, now I is equal to mr square. So, and we also know that I is equal to mk square. Understand? So, m r square is equal to mk square. So, m cancel. So, from here I can write k square by r square is equal to 1. So, in the case of ring, k square by r square is 1. So, not only the ring, in case of hollow cylinder also you get the same m square k square by r square value. Okay, and one more cylinder, let us talk about cylinder. Let's talk about the solid sphere. Solid sphere, we know I is equal to mk square, and we also know that I is equal to 2 by 5 mr square, right? 2 by 5 mr square. So what can we write here? 2 by 5 mr square is equal to mk square. So m gets cancelled, and k square by r square is equal to 2 by 5. Observe, 2 by 5 k square by r square for the solid sphere. And in the same way, you know, for the hollow sphere, directly you can write for the hollow sphere k square by r square value is 2 by 3. Directly we can write the k square by r square value in case of hollow sphere. So like this, different k square by r square values for different bodies. Nimge moment of inertia gottidre, you can easily find this if you know the moment of inertia. Okay, now rolling motion on an inclined plane. Rolling motion on an inclined plane. Have a look at here. This is the inclined plane of an angle of inclination theta, and this is height of the inclined plane. This is the length of the inclined plane L, right? So from here, we can also write a sine theta is equal to H by L, right? Now, imagine the body is rolling here. That may be a disc or the ring, whatever it may be, or the cylinder, anything. A body is rolling. Initial velocity is 0. And the question is, with what velocity it will strike the ground? That's a fun. So if when we use law of conservation of energy, all right? So initially the body possesses the potential energy. By reaching to the ground, the potential energy is lost. So I can write loss in potential energy is equal to a gain in kinetic energy, my dear children. Loss in potential energy is mgh, which is equal to gain in kinetic energy. You know, kinetic energy in the rolling motion, you know, half into mv square into 1 plus k square by r square. Just now we derived also this one. So it will m cancel, and I can write this 2 illog, right? It will be 2gh is equal to v square into 1 plus k square by r square. So then v square is equal to 2gh divided by 1 plus k square by r square, and the final expression v is equal to square root 2gh divided by 1 plus k square by r square. Very, very important expression, my dear students, in many of the competitive exams. So this question was asked, sorry, in many of the competitive exams, this question was asked, many. So with what velocity the particle or the body will reach the ground? Andre root 2gh divided by 1 plus k square by r square. Root 2gh divided by 1 plus k square by r square. With this velocity, the body is coming down. Okay. With what acceleration it comes down, that also we'll be writing now. With what acceleration the body will comes down, that will write. You know, with what acceleration it comes down, you know. So g sine theta divided by 1 plus k square by r square. So if you carefully observe, the acceleration case is depending on this theta and k square by r square. So whereas your velocity case is not depending on theta, it is not depending on mass of the body, it is only depending on k square by r square. Okay, and sometimes a question will be like this, listen carefully. Iga e k square by r square value is increased, e denominator increased, then this velocity decreases. Vice versa. Atara. Depends on the body, right? Depends on the body, you can compare velocities increases or decreases. Idu aste. Depends on your k square by r square values, acceleration will be, right? And let's discuss one more point also here. What is the time taken by this body to reach the ground? So that also can be asked sometimes. So we know from S is equal to half at square formula, S andre illi L, half into acceleration just now we have done. So g sine theta divided by 1 plus k square by r square into t square. So illinda namage t expression sigutte. So write down the t expression in the WhatsApp right now. Just pause the video, write down your t expression in the WhatsApp. All right, clear? So these are the formulas are important. before we solve the numericals, and let's discuss some more topic here. Let's discuss a small topic here. Topic ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ rolling motion only on a rough surface. Rolling motion on a rough surface. Right. The rough surface now. This is center. You know, the body should roll under, there must be a force acting on it first. So this is what a force F is acting on it, external force on the center. So during the rotatory motion or rolling motion, whenever this kind of diagram is observed, you should understand immediately torque due to this force is zero. Yes or no? Yes or no? Because this force is acting on the center of mass. Agagi torque experienced by this body due to that force will be zero. Okay. As this body is rolling, Andre, if you focus this point, this is a rough surface. Understand? It's a rough surface. If you focus at this point, the tendency of the body to move in this direction. Agagi, frictional force will be acting in the opposite to the tendency of motion. So now the radius of the circular path is R. You know the torque experienced by this frictional force. What is that? Force into perpendicular distance. So force into perpendicular distance. Remember, torque experienced by the frictional force is there, which is F into R. Which is F into R. And one more important thing. Torque andre I alpha, which is equal to frictional force into R. Observe, I. Imagine it's a disc. Imagine this is the disc. Okay, the disc concord. So moment of inertia of the disc is mr square by 2 into alpha andre linear acceleration by radius. You know the relation between linear acceleration and angular acceleration. A is equal to R alpha. So from here I used this formula A by R, which is equal to F into R. Illinois one R cancel, and this R also cancel. And the frictional force is how much? So MA by 2. This is when we observe rotational motion. When we focus the rotational motion of the body, this is the things we have identified. Rotational motion of the body, if you focus all these things. Now, if you focus the translational motion, okay, let me change the pen. So if we focus the translatory motion, the interesting things you will get it now. Translatory motion, if you focus, so the net force acting on it is F plus F, because external force and the frictional force are in the same direction. That must create some acceleration in the body. That is linear acceleration, translatory motion acceleration. So this F plus frictional force entanam gottu already. It's MA by 2, which is equal to MA, and F is equal to, so MA minus MA by 2. So the net force acting on this is MA by 2, my dear children. I hope you understand it. right? ಈ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ net force acting is ma/2. Understand, net force is acting ma/2. ಈಗ mass ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ acceleration ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ you can find this value. Okay, clear? So itara concepts will be asked in role. This is an application. Okay, so once you know this application, and you should be ready to apply on any concept. So you have your material with you and start solving the questions, and any doubts I'm available and you just ask me. Right? All right, let's start. Let's start few numericals, my dear students. Let us start few numericals. All right, look at the question. Question is kinetic energy of the rolling motion for a ring. Mass of the ring ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು 0.2 kg ante mass of the ring about an axis passing through center of mass and perpendicular to it. It's a standard axis of rotation. Standard axis of rotation. All right. Now the velocity of the center of mass is given as 3 meters per second. What we need to find out? Kinetic energy of the rolling motion, and it is fixed. Kinetic energy in the rolling motion is equal to half into m VCM square into 1 plus k square by r square. So this is half into mass is 0.2 into VCM square, it's 9 into 1 plus k square by r square. Value of the ring is 1. Okay, so it's a 1. So in the 2 cancel. So now 9 into 0.2, it's a 1.8. Kinetic energy, it's a joules. 1.8 joule is the answer. Is it easy, my dear students? I hope it's easy, and this kind of standard questions only will be asked. Let's see one more example. A solid sphere rolling down from an inclined plane. This is the inclined plane. This is the solid sphere. This is theta, and it is from a height 20 meters. It is slipping like this from a height 20 meters. Question is, what is the velocity on reaching the bottom? That's a question. What is the velocity on reaching the bottom? What's the formula we have? V is equal to root 2 GH by 1 plus k square by r square. So what is that? Root 2 into g into h is 20 given 1 plus k square by r square for solid sphere. K square by r square is 2 by 5 tane. It's 2 by 5. Understand? So you get the velocity is almost approximately 17 meters per second. For example, e case alli, if theta for example on the 30 degrees kotidre, you can also find acceleration. With what acceleration it comes down anta. So a is equal to g sin theta divided by 1 plus k square by r square. Find out an expression for acceleration. Find out the answer for acceleration. G10 sin 30 by 1 plus k square by r square value eagle namgottu 2 by 5 anta. Right? So this one you do it and pause the video and send me the answer. Understand? One more question. Let's start. See one more question. A very important model for all kind of entrance exams, this is what the question we are finding. Listen, I'm writing the question. When a body is under pure rolling, when a body is under pure rolling, the fraction of its total kinetic energy which is purely rotational is 2/5. Identify the body. When a body is under pure rolling, the fraction of its total kinetic energy which is purely rotational is 2/5. Identify the body. By looking at the question, you can find the body. What is that body? Students, 2/5 number nodidre, you should recollect one thing. 2/5 number nodidre, you should recollect one thing. So if you are continuously practicing, if you remember and if you see this 2/5, you should recollect one thing. So that's called a solid sphere. Understand? But that's not our answer. That's an interesting thing. That's not at all our answer, my dear students. That is just 2/5 is a number. Wherever you see 2/5 number, that's not the answer. Wherever you see a red color box, that's not the post office box. Understand? 2/5 is some value given in the question data, but that's not the answer. Right? Read the question carefully. When a body is under pure rolling, the fraction of its total kinetic energy, which is purely rotational, you know, kinetic energy rotational is given kinetic energy total, which is equal to 2/5. And listen, out of total kinetic energy, the fraction of rotational kinetic energy is 2/5 anta kottidru. And this you can write rotational kinetic energy andre half into I omega square divided by total kinetic energy is half m VCM square into 1 plus k square by r square, which is equal to 2/5. Okay, clear? Now, how to find the body? So identify the body. If you know the k square by r square value, you can identify the body. And let's do that. Half cancel. I'm writing m k square into v square by r square divided by m v square into 1 plus k square by r square, which is equal to 2/5. So m cancel. V square also cancel. Left hand side, k square by r square is equal to right hand side 2/5 into 1 plus k square by r square. Now 5/2 into k square by r square is equal to 1 plus k square by r square. Next, 5/2 k square by r square minus k square by r square is equal to 1. So what can I write here? K square by r square, if you take common, K square by R square, if you take common, it's a 5 by 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. Okay, and keep on writing, keep on writing. So K square by R square into 5 by 2 minus 1. It's a 5 minus 2 by 3. It's a 3 by 2, which is equal to 1. So, okay. So K square by R square is equal to 2 by 3, my dear students. Alva, what is the answer? K square by R square, we found 2 by 3. And 2 by 3, for which body you get 2 by 3? You know, for which body you get 2 by 3. And K square by R square value 2 by 3, you get it for the hollow sphere. Solid sphere, K square by R square value is 2 by 5. For hollow sphere, the K square by R square value is 2 by 3. Stay. That's it. That's it, my dear children. Understand? One more. The last question for the chapter. There are so many questions will be there. Each and every question it is solve madakagalla tane. So agagi, you have to solve, right? You have the material with you, all the levels. Once ನಮ್ಮ class ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, and if you try to understand the class, and all the models will be covered, all the levels you can try now, right? With the support of the teachers. Okay, ಈ case ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, and let's see, the question is, in case of pure rolling motion, the last question of the chapter, in case of pure rolling, what will be the velocity of point A of a ring of radius R? This is the given diagram also. This is a given diagram. The ground. This is the ground. Center of mass, and they have clearly mentioned that center of mass is moving with the speed VCM. And the radius of this ring is given as R. It is a ring amount. Point A is kept here. Note. You know the options. VCM number 2, root VCM number 3, VCM by 2, and number 4, 2 VCM. In case of pure rolling, what will be the velocity of point A of a ring of radius R? So velocity of the point A, where is the point A? Here. In case of rolling motion, in case of pure rolling andre, you must understand, so VCM is equal to R omega, my dear students. And at this point A, in the rolling motion, you have two velocities. So this is VCM, and this is R omega, and this R omega is nothing but VCM at point A. So this is the velocity due to, this is the velocity due to translatory motion. So this is the velocity due to rotational motion, and of course this R omega is equal to VCM only. Now the net velocity, I told you at any point in the velocity bekandre, the net velocity, vectorial way of adding two velocities. So the net velocity is equal to square root of VCM square plus VCM square. What is the answer? So it is root VCM. Okay, so like this the questions will be asked, my dear students, right? All the very best, and signing off. See you in the next class with different concepts, right? Take care, stay safe.